But that's what got me into it. It's just always encryptids because I was a feral reader. I think it started with Greek mythology and just went from there. Because in my head, if all this stuff that people were telling me didn't exist actually existed, like ghosts and shit, then this stuff in these books probably could exist too, even though the adults were telling me they didn't.
I mean, for me too, Greek mythology was one of the main ones that started off for me. And one thing that I've always kind of tried to rationalize in my head is the whole idea that you hear about a lot of these creatures, and today people are like, oh, that doesn't exist. That's just a thing of stories. But then you dig into all of these old stories and people talk about these things constantly. And then it's like, all right, well, you have to consider the option that maybe people killed them and hunted them into extinction, so different species, different things that we've talked about, or two, just because the advancement of people and how we react to things that are unknown to us, maybe these things are, even if they're just a hair bit more intelligent than us, just know to avoid us, because like, why even take the risk of messing with humans knowing that they're working on bombs to blow each other up regularly? Like, let's just leave them alone to do their own thing, and we're just going to exist over here on our own.
Right? They don't want nothing to do with us.
Shit, I'm a human, and half the time I don't want anything to do with humans.
Right. Exactly.
I said, I like, that's my favorite thing to say about Bigfoot too. It's like, I don't want to find them.
You don't want to find you either.
Right. I don't want humans to find Bigfoot. We are awful.
Yeah,
we are awful things. And as a species, we're really fucking arrogant. So we're going to look at something that could be way smarter than us. And because it's not like us, we're just going to automatically assume it's less than us. We're very guilty of that with everything in our lives.
I mean, just intelligence in general. Like, we judge intelligence off of things that we're able to do. So we're like, oh, you're smart if you can understand music, if you can read, if you can write, if you can do that. And if you can't do that, then you're not intelligent. But if you're an ape man living in the woods, you have no reason to learn music. You have no reason to learn reading and writing. You could be just as intelligent as the humans, if not more intelligent, but in a totally different form. It's the same idea as like a guy that lives out in the woods his entire life. You think he's going to know how to read and write? Probably not. But do you think that guy's going to be able to catch a fish within like 5 seconds of trying to catch a fish, or be able to hunt down a deer or track something or build some kind of fort for itself? Like, hands down, that's the guy you're going to want to go to. Intelligence in a different factor, in a different means. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration when it comes to the Sasquatch thing. They're like, oh, it's living in the woods, it's primal. And then you have like the flesh and blood people that just strictly think it's an ape. But I mean, realistically, we're just an ape too. And again, you're judging intelligence based off of human intelligence, not off of like intelligence for something that's living in a natural environment.